G'day guys, Rubber Kitty here. So, I was listening to, I think it's a podcast, no, it was a YouTube channel, and this guy was saying, you know, you can only really control your own actions, and you can't control people's perception of you. Do what you do, but the other thing is some people just don't really want to hear it. They're either not in the frame of mind to hear it at that time, or it doesn't fit in with their worldview. And really, you shouldn't really have to explain as far as you shouldn't have to explain it if they're not interested. And some people, will say, explain it to me, I want to know, but then their mind's not open to receive that information. They don't really want to know, they don't care. It's, as I said, it's not a part or doesn't meld in with what they perceive you should be doing. So people get offended, they won't understand, miscommunications will happen because one of the things is that they don't really ask the question, or they ask wrong questions, or they're expecting a particular answer, and if you don't give it to them in the way and format that they want it, they just can't get through. So it's a matter of trying, again, communication to explain to people, but if they're not open to receiving, it's kind of harder. So you can only control your actions and not other people's perceptions of you. This is in particular with also not just everyday life, vanilla life, but in BDSM as well, because a lot of people will view things with labels quite firmly attached to what you are, who you are, what you do, how you do it, and like life, there's no one way to live life. Everyone's an individual. You live life as you choose, as long as you're not doing anything illegal. Everyone's on the same page and you're not hurting anyone without consent. I don't see a problem with that. The other thing is, to own that, to really own it, and to go, right, you know what, that's me. And you can say to people, look, I've done this, my intent wasn't XYZ, and I'm sorry you saw it that way, that wasn't my intent. And when people get in that frame mind of being offended all the time, or they're hurt, or their emotions are running high, it is difficult to explain to people why you do things. But also, here's the thing, not many people are asking the questions. A lot of people assume automatically that they know what your intent is because they've read it somewhere, they've studied psychology, they've looked at counselling, they've watched a YouTube video, all that sort of stuff. So they automatically make assumptions, and that's pretty bad, because they're kind of superimposing their point of view on you, their experiences on you, and they're not appreciating your point of view. They're not trying to communicate properly with you, or they're just talking at you, not talking to you or with you, they're talking at you. Big difference there. So your actions, if they fit in with your moral principles as they stand, making you a better person, they're not illegal and all that, you shouldn't really have to explain to others a lot of what you do as a person. So their perceptions, it's not something you can control, it's something that they can control. And if they are wanting to open their minds up a little bit to encompass a wider view, a broader view, a more in-depth view, a different view, other than their own, they'll ask the question. These days, sometimes I will explain myself once to people, depending on their attitude towards me, and if they keep going on and on about something, then I just cease explaining, because again, while I can explain it to them, I can't understand it for them, and that's just pretty much most of life. And concentrate your energies on things that are more effective, that don't cause you a lot of drama and grief. And yeah, try not to let anything get you down. I mean, it's a beautiful morning. Look at that. Beautiful morning. South Bank as usual. Still cold though, still cold. Anyway, not as cold as down in Tassie with my friend down there. Oh my god. Crunchy grass and all. Okay, I love you guys. You guys have a good day. Nice start to the Monday morning week. See yous.